I saw a movie the other day that I've never seen. It's a really old one. It's called Planet of the Apes. And there were these apes that had human beings captive in cages and wouldn't allow them to know their history, wouldn't allow them to know who they were, their own power or potential or anything. Reminded me of where we are in ourselves. You know, those apes were like negative belief systems that kept you in a cage and small, and then you protected your environment by defending all of these negative beliefs, all of these apes, you know, unevolved negative beliefs. You shouldn't, you mustn't, you can't, no, wrong, bad. All of this stuff that comes from society, from school, from childhood, from your parents and their parents and their parents and their parents and their parents. And then you end up living your life in reaction and being scared of what people might see. Maybe they see that I'm a fraud. Maybe they see I have to work harder. I have to do this. I have to, you know. Compared to not having anything like that at all and just being, you know, not protecting your own madness that makes you sick and makes you depressed, you know, as opposed to express, hiding. And ritual, just imagine this, ritual that all the ancients have all been doing, killing rituals, you know, they do this symbolic killing rituals of killing all of these ghosts and negative things and all of the things that make you small, all of the things that keep you in a cage. So they do this killing ritual, you know, here's you're bad and you shouldn't do that, bah, 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 and kill it and kill it and kill it. And once it's discharged out of your energy field, then that's gone. So then that amount of energy that you were spending holding it in, there it is to be used. And we were born, all of us were born, I was born full of potency, full of potential. And then my socialization blocked me from myself. You know, that's the Adam and Eve story too. It's like pure being, conscious being, present, that's all. And then shame and hiding and kicked out into the garden, the desert where nothing grows, because I'm identifying with my personality instead of who I am. So nothing grows there, nothing inside grows. And then neurotic, schizophrenic phobias, complexes, shame, shy, inferior, superior, all of this type of stuff comes from splitting away from who you are. Because who you are, you see this? That's my fingerprint. Any human being that ever was and ever will be, that part is different. So how can I compare myself to you or anybody else? Every human being is different. So ritual is killing everything that you're not. Because when there's a death, there's a rebirth. And when it's totally dead, it turns into fertilizer. I mean, we are nature. Thunder and lightning, bah! Everything's gone, turns into fertilizer, fresh air, new growth. Same with our system. That's why they did rituals, because it's clearing, it's killing, it's rebirth, replanting, and then all of that energy, all of the potency that you are is used for why you came here, you know, why you came to the planet, who you really are, what your purpose is. So imagine doing that. Imagine doing a ritual where you clear everything, looking at what you're not, what came to you and not from you. Rebirth, who I really am, my fingerprint, why I came to the planet. Imagine doing a ritual, you know, like children. Children naturally know how to do it. Hate, you, blame, hate, and get all of that toxic energy out of their system, and then you can talk to them. And then it's like the lights come on and it's different. It's just different. That's how you grow your intelligence. Children naturally know. It's like thunder and lightning. And then once it's gone, it's just gone. And then you're clear. You don't identify with it, so you don't protect. There's no shame. There's just seeing objectively what is and not identifying with it. No, that's not who I am. Imagine doing that. That's ritual. Imagine being on your deathbed, because you will be, full of possibility, potential. Potential means you haven't done it. Imagine being on your deathbed and you're full of potential. Who you are is there. And the personality, what I should be, and all of that socialization, that doesn't even matter anymore when you're on your way out. Imagine if your whole life has been identified with what you're not. Imagine if doing a ritual and clearing it all, and then realizing that depression was your greatest teacher. That actually depression was what brought you to doing a killing ritual to get rid of all of that stuff. And there it's gone. And then you can see it objectively. Imagine if that was your greatest teacher. Australian Aborigines say that the spirit of depression has come to visit you. Learn from it. Clear it. Depression. Expression. Imagine clearing all of that and it's just not there anymore. If all of the native people, like the native Indians from the Americas, the Australian Aborigines, the Celtics, really did know what they were doing in their killing ritual of getting rid of stuff, detoxing. Imagine if old age, time-tested, universal law was what reality really was compared to new age niceness, chronic niceness. Smile. Go on, smile. Be nice. It doesn't mean that, you've got to be, no. It just means to be connected to yourself. So imagine this new age, be nice, be good, think lovely things, do positives, Imagine if that was really castrating you from yourself. Imagine if consuming, you spend your life consuming and sticking it on and buying it and having more and more and more was destroying your life. Consuming pills, I've got a headache, I've got a backache, I've got a this ache, another that, and depression and take another pill and numb out. Imagine if that was destroying your life, which it is. Count the hours that you've been sitting in front of a TV was killing you, just like numbing out, blanking out, disconnecting from yourself. Imagine if you came to this world for a certain purpose with your own potency, with your own fingerprint, with your own contribution to life, and you don't know. You've got no idea. You can't connect to that part of yourself because you've been so castrated from TV, from pills, from consuming, from the wrong focus, the wrong valuing of life. And there you are on your deathbed. Imagine that. That's a tragedy.